broke my microphone. Just kidding. Okay, well, this is my, as promised, never edited desk side video. So how do you like them not edits? Okay, so it's been a couple weeks since I've done a video. I've been pretty busy, as you can imagine. And sometimes my schedule just doesn't allow me to do this video, or I'm being really avoidant because I feel like I don't have anything of value to share. Last time our video was like 20 minutes, and probably this video is not going to be 20 minutes, I'm guessing, because I'm also just talking to my computer and there's nobody here. But so yeah, today I wanted to get a little inflammatory. I usually try to like always keep things positive, and that's kind of just like a PR person's worst habit, is just like always having a positive spin, but I'm also kind of a positive person. But I kind of wanted to talk about snake oil today and different tools and things in the PR industry that is bullshit. So what I'm talking about are media databases that are sold to PR agencies with press contacts information that enable agencies to do massive amounts of pitching. And you have all the contact information for the journalists. You can go through usually by topic or by outlet. You select people, you make lists, and then you just pitch them. So what's wrong with this is that it is like the worst thing to put into the hands of like a junior account person or a really young account person or a really stressed out overwork account person. Because what ends up happening is tools like, and I'm going to call them out right now, Cision and Meltwater. Basically what they're doing is like their information is in no way up to date. Ever, it feels like. I know they work their butts off to like have it as up to date as possible, and it is impossible to have an actual real-time database that is constantly being updated with who's at what publication, what the correct contact information is, and even if that journalist wants to be contacted. But what ends up happening is that these overworked or junior employees or lazy employees, which I see you guys out there, I've worked with you, I've been you, they use these tools to make these huge press lists, and they just massively pitch people, like they're constantly like pitching journalists, but like by the hundreds or sometimes thousands in the click of a button. And I think that leaves room for a lot of things to go wrong. And it's also like the laziest habit that a publicist can have. And so what we're doing over here at Rebellious PR is we create all of our press lists by hand. We use a really awesome tool called Rocket Reach, which helps us get the contact information we need if we don't have it, and sometimes we can't even get it from that. That is a fairly low cost in comparison to something like Cision. So, again, it's called Rocket Reach. So we found that to be really, really helpful. We also use things like Muckrack. We don't pay the subscription. Sorry, Muckrack. It's just too expensive for a little agency. But what is great is that some of their free tools are really, really handy in terms of seeing where the press person, what publication they can currently be at, and some examples of current articles. So that's a really great tool. Also, Twitter. I cannot emphasize enough to up-and-coming PR people how valuable Twitter is. And like, you don't have to be on there like being super active, like having a bunch of like kind of fake-hearted Twitter posts, but like just be on Twitter, follow some journalists, or like even just utilize it to see where journalists, again, are working. Sometimes they have their contact information there, and sometimes they'll tell you how to pitch them. So I think the bottom line is, if you are an up-and-coming PR rep or you're an up-and-coming PR agency, you got to do the dang work. You cannot use any of these tools to shortcut for you. And I will be the first to admit that, of course, we have to do mail merges sometime. And there are tools, free Gmail add-ons that you can use for that. But like, if you are making your press list from scratch every single time, your mail merge is really just going to be a tool to help you get to a targeted list, but save you some time if you need to. So I would just say, be considerate. take the time when you're doing a press list. My other little piece of advice is like, I sometimes will not use a press list that our intern has made, and I will make my own press list. I think that too often, sometimes the most junior employee on the team gets tasked with what is actually the most important job. So I think for all you senior level employees out there, you know, if you are having a junior person make your list, like really take the time to look at it, and feel really confident about what your name is going to be attached to, or what your company's name is going to be attached to. I feel like I get so enraged when I see tweets from journalists or Facebook posts about like how mispitched they've been. And I just feel like it gives our industry as publicists a bad name. I think that we all need to do better. I think that there's too much pressure on publicists, and that's where a lot of these kind of intense or lazy habits kind of come from. Pitching becomes something that you kind of go through the motions of, and I really think you need to spend more of your time on that and less of your time, maybe even in client calls, to be debated. So I'm saying that I think it's unnecessary for agencies to spend money, like huge sums of money. If this was an edited video, there'd be like a little graphic right here that said huge sums of money. Huge sums of money on some of these tools, when they could probably spend like 10% of that money on a tool that will help them build the list, and then maybe even on additional hiring, or giving your really hard, overworked employees a raise. So I think that's it. That's like my little like rant for today. Don't buy overpriced marketing bullshit for marketers, and do the dang work. Me and Megan from our team are going to be at South by Southwest next week. So if you are around, we'd love to see you. We'll be walking around in some really cool rebellious denim jackets. We're pretty easy to spot. And if you have any comments, questions about these kinds of tools, or have a tool you want me to check out, or have a tool you hate, like leave me a comment. I want to know all about it. Okay, guys, it is Tuesday. I almost thought it was Wednesday. That was a sad moment. It's Tuesday. I gotta run. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Hope to see you at South by Southwest if you're going. And yeah, let's keep this conversation going. Later.